I'm back again, and in today's video, if you didn't read the title, which that doesn't make sense, but if you didn't, today's video is going to be what if Total Drama Revenge of the Island kept the original cast. Now, I know that I call it that, but I did change when the merge happens, or how many people are in the merge, and I added another contestant, and I'm not really looking at the challenges, like how they were in the other one. The challenges don't play a big role in this. And there's no comeback. But it's mainly just, what if there was a fourth season instead of Revenge of the Island that had the 13 episode format? So, yeah. So let's go down, we're in our intro episode. Let's go down our cast. So for the Mutant Maggots, which there is still the Toxic Waste team, but it has nothing to do with what I'm going to be explaining for the season. But for the Mutant Magnets, what the heck? Maggots. We have Trent, Katie, Sadie, Lashana, Harold, Jeff, and Justin. Now, Trent is obviously here because he wasn't here in the past season. You'll notice that everyone here just either doesn't compete in all three seasons or doesn't have a big role, with the exception of these four, kind of. But Jeff didn't really have a big role outside of the Aftermath for the past two seasons. Lashana and Harold were shafted in World Tour as well. And Lindsay's only other thing after this would be All-Stars, and we all know what happened with that. But that, and also, if there is an All-Stars, this could affect it. And also, when Duncan, Courtney, and others would get their stuff there. So, we don't need another season with them, or else it would literally just turn into All-Stars with most of the four. So it shows a lot of people that haven't gotten a lot of screen time. So, we have Trent, and Trent is now actually and like he says it in the first episode, he became really good friends with Katie and Sadie, but mainly just Katie. And after a couple of years, you can see this in the Aftermath episodes with them, they're friends a little bit, but over the years he's grown really annoyed at Sadie, but he really likes their moments where it's just him and Katie, but Sadie's always distracting her, and he wanted to come on the show just him and her, and then Sadie heard about it and also applied, and there was 13 people already, but Chris was just like, okay, sure, Sadie can come as well. That's the in-universe reason for there being one. I just chose it because none of these people, it would make no sense if any of these people were cut. It would change the whole thing. So, Trent, Katie, and Sadie are here, but Trent and Katie are in a relationship, and Trent and Sadie, well, Sadie's fine, but Trent doesn't like Sadie. Then there's Lashana and Harold, who finally get to just have some chill time by themselves. They're actually going to be in a couple and stuff this season, so that'll be nice. And they're just chilling. Then we have Jeff, and Jeff is only here over Bridget because at least Bridget got a little bit in World Tour. But Jeff has technically only really competed in one season. I mean, he kind of competed in season 2, but it really wasn't anything. So, yeah, Jeff's added on. And also, I like Jeff more than Bridget. And then Justin is here just because he only had one season to shine. And also, I didn't really have any villains that were already villains. But that brings me to the Toxic Rats, where we have Eva, Izzy, Noah, Ezekiel, Tyler, Lindsay, and DJ. Now, Eva, Izzy, and Noah have their alliance. If any of these people are in a video together that I'm making, they're normally going to be aligned. Unless there's, just got an update. Unless there's, like Emma, and we're doing a redonkulous race thing with Noah. Because, honestly, I have nothing to do with Eva, and Izzy's also just kind of there. She can work on her own, though. You saw in the All-Star season. But, yeah, I put these three in. But they don't have as big of a role, because I don't want my videos to get repetitive. And then Zeke's here, because Zeke's one of my favorite characters, so of course I threw him in. And also, he's finally going to have his, not getting first boot, which he technically had last time I put him in the season, but I'm saying for this. And also, since this is a toxic season, he is still pretty much all the way mutated, although he can communicate. So then there's Tyler and Lindsay, which, similar to Harold and Lashana, they're just finally going to be able to be a cute couple for a couple episodes. So that'll be nice, without much drama. There's no Heather, Alejandro, or Courtney on this season. And then, I mean, there is Justin, he's on the other team anyway. And then there's DJ, who just obviously needs to be here, but don't get offended, I had nothing to do with him, so he's kind of just there until he's not, which I guess spoils that he didn't win the season, but he really he was just here because he had to be, and because I like him. But yeah, let's get on to the actual first challenge, which is gonna have the mutant maggots lose it. And when it comes to elimination, it looks like Justin's going to be the obvious vote out. So Trent is buddies with Jeff, and we'll just say he would have been part of the Guys Alliance if it weren't for Murray liking Gwen so much. So Trent and Jeff get along really well, just in general. And so he asks him for a favor, and then they were both voted out really early in action, so they don't really have, and are both guys, so don't really have much of a gripe with Justin, so they rope him into a Guys Alliance. They don't rope Harold in. And then Trent gets Katie and Sadie to vote Lashana, just because he's like, she's the biggest threat, and then gets the guys to vote, like he tells them to switch the vote to Lashana, and then the guys vote Sadie, and Lashana and Harold both vote Justin, and they're the only two that follow the plan. So that means Sadie is our first boot, and Katie's very confused, so she thinks what happened was Jeff, Harold, and Lashana all flipped on them. So she's really sad. And Trent's like, yes, now I can finally have Katie alone. Then for episode 2, I always have both teams lose a member. So the Toxic Rats go to elimination. And Eva, Izzy, and Noah only need one more contestant to make the majority. So they look at Lindsay and Tyler, but they're like, no, they're too dumb. They're easily going to spill it to the others. And also they're together, so if you get one, you get both. But they're both dumb. And like I said, like they're going to tell DJ or Ezekiel. So then they choose DJ, but they're like, no, DJ is all about honesty and kind-heartedness. So they go to Ezekiel, who, while very dumb, is one, a huge physical threat come merge time, but two, is very easy to throw under the bus come merge time, or whenever they don't need him anymore. And then 3, he knows that he can just play into Ezekiel being a little bit sexist up there. So he's like, so what happens is Noah comes up to Ezekiel and is like, hey, do you really think such a dandy girl like Lindsay should be in this competition? And Ezekiel's like, well, I don't know, she could get hurt. And Noah's like, yeah, we should vote her out for her own safety, you know. That's not really sexist, but, you know, whatever. And then, so Ezekiel's like, oh, yeah, we should do that. So Eva, Izzy, Noah, and Ezekiel vote out Lindsay episode 3. I know that's early, but it's just how it is. And they decided to vote Lindsay just for 2 reasons. 1, they were going to do Lindsay and Tyler because they're a couple, and they need to break the couple. And 2, Lindsay is a woman, so it'd be easier to convince Ezekiel to do her over Tyler and DJ. So then, and Ezekiel's an idiot, so he doesn't even question the fact that Izzy and Eva are girls too, but they're like not girly at all. So then, the person, or the team that loses the next challenge is going to also be the Toxic Rats. So they lose again, and they're like, okay, we'll just get the biggest physical threat out. And this is a very undramatic vote, but kind of filler. Sorry, DJ. We can say he has like a mini arc of him trying to be a man and win the whole thing. And then like, I don't know, he'll have some sort of mini arc. But he just kind of was here. Season doesn't change a lot if you didn't do him. But the reason I kept him is so that they wouldn't vote out Tyler right here, because I need Tyler later. So, yeah. Then our next boot goes here. And it looks pretty obvious that it's going to be Lashana or Harold, or well, most likely Lashana, because Lashana has the bigger threat. So Trent and Katie vote Lashana, or are going to vote Lashana, sorry. But then Justin tells Lashana and Harold about the Katie thing, and Lashana does the same thing she did in season 1, where she goes to everyone and tells them to vote off Trent, but this time it's actually justified. So she goes to Jeff, and Jeff's like, oh yeah. But he already knew it, so he's confused on how she knows, but he's like, well shit, now I gotta do it, because I'm gonna get voted out next if I don't, because he knows that she's gonna tell Katie, or he is at risk of being eliminated. So he knows that she's gonna tell Katie, what she does, and Katie freaks out and is crying and is all sad and depressed and votes Trent. So he's like, if Trent loses this tiebreaker, I'm gonna be the next one up. But what he thinks is that Trent is the one that spilled the beans on accident, when actually it was Justin who thought he had a better chance over here than these three who were really close. So he broke her off and then also voted Trent, meaning that it wouldn't matter who Jeff voted for, but he still votes for Trent. So Trent is sent home, episode 5. And no, he isn't like love crazy and insane 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 like he is in the other one. We'll say he like went to therapy. He is all better now. That happened throughout his thing, and he just genuinely didn't like Sadie. And him and Katie don't make up now, but they will in the finale, or somewhere. If not the finale, then after the finale. They aren't permanently gone. So then after this, the team is told, there's an announcement as the team is leaving. There's an announcement to around their camp that night that a hidden immunity idol has been hidden around camp. So when it comes to the next day, somebody finds it because they don't really need to sleep that much for certain reasons, and they end up going and searching for it all night, but no one can tell until the morning. So no one can tell in the morning. So, when the toxic rats lose again in episode 6, the 3 of them are ready to vote off Tyler with Ezekiel, but Ezekiel's been bonding with Tyler this entire time. However, he knows, because Tyler is, like, this alliance, they only have Ezekiel for his vote. Noah makes fun of him, Izzy makes fun of him, Eva makes fun of him, everyone makes fun of him. And Tyler's nice to him, even with how weird and gross he is, right? So Ezekiel stays up all night searching for the idol and finds it and then plays it protecting Tyler, and with because he knows obviously 2 against 3 Eva's gone, and he also knows if they lose again after this, he's the next vote out. So he idol plays and 2 of them vote out Eva for being the biggest threat and the meanest to him. So because he comes up and tells Tyler he's going to do this after they lose the challenge. So yeah, and since he's mutated, he can stay up all night and just be kind of fun because it helps the plot. So, I mean, you can say like, oh, he was tired, they're a little bit suspicious, Noah is, but whatever, it doesn't change it. So, the maggots lose the final challenge before the merge, and when it comes to elimination, Justin has manipulated Katie into an alliance where she's like, yeah, nobody likes me, oh my goodness, and Justin goes and quote unquote comforts her, but really he's just manipulating her, and it's not like a romantic thing. He's not seducing her. His look powers don't work on the OG cast anymore, specifically the OG cast. So because I mean she's known this guy for like 4 years at this point, seen him. So he like fake comforts her, and then Jeff thinks that Trent immediately got voted out instead of a tiebreaker because of him. He doesn't know Justin voted for him, so he sticks with the guys' alliance. So the 3 of them finally get to do what they've been trying to do and eliminate the biggest threat right before merge. Sorry, Lashana fans. I love Lashana, I love DJ, and I love Lindsay, but they just don't have too much of a place. We'll have Lashana and Harold had a lot of cute moments, quote unquote cute moments, before Lashana's time ends. Alright, the recording cut out. But this leads us to our merge cast, and our merge cast has Jeff, Justin, Katie, Harold, along with Izzy, Noah, Ezekiel, and then Tyler. So that's the merge cast. I wanted to do more with y'all, but you know, it's just how the cookie crumbles. I just said that was terrible. Anyways, throughout the episode, Justin and Katie talk more, and Justin says at the table, because Justin and Katie are bonding more as friends. They are not like becoming a shit, because Trent and Katie never officially broke up. But they're talking more, and he's manipulating her more. She's becoming more friends with him, and he drops the line, "Yeah, or she says, I'm very happy you told me about that," in front of Jeff. Jeff's like, "Why did you tell him, man?" And then that turns into an argument, but with Justin faking being on Katie's side for like Katie, but really just being on it for his spot in the game. And Jeff gets in a big argument with Justin and Katie, and is very angry at Justin for betraying him. Katie is very angry at Jeff for being so heartless. So Justin is like, okay, we'll get out Jeff then. So after, we'll say, Izzy wins immunity, because why not? Actually, we'll say Tyler wins immunity, because I think Izzy already won immunity a lot in some of my other videos. Katie and Justin come up to Izzy and Noah and are like, hey, we'll vote with y'all if y'all vote with us. That's Ezekiel. And they're like, okay, because they have 4 people, and they know Justin is a huge target right now. So they're like, okay, we'll take him, and we'll take y'all's votes. But they're unable to convince anyone else, because Jeff is mad at Justin and wants Justin out. Ezekiel and Tyler just betrayed them, so and Harold lost his girlfriend because of Justin. Jeff says it's because of Justin. So, and like Justin's been manipulating him like he's manipulating Katie right now. So Harold and Jeff convinced Ezekiel and Tyler that they'll vote out Izzy and Noah next if they can get Justin out. So that's 4 votes Jeff, 4 votes Justin, and they're like, alright, here we go. Clash of the Titans tiebreaker before Chris announces, yeah, we're running low on time. Let's just get both of you out of here. So there goes Justin and Jeff in our double elimination, our one and only double elimination episode. Wow, we're already by the winner. These 13 episode seasons are short. Maybe Fresh TV shouldn't do them. Oh, wait. Okay, I had to change some stuff, but I think the recording stuff should be working now. Okay, so for episode 9, Chris announces that it will be a purge elimination challenge, and whoever gets last place in this challenge will be automatically eliminated from the competition. Izzy and Noah, hearing this, immediately decide that they're going to do everything in their power to try to get rid of Ezekiel here. They're going to try to sabotage him as much as possible. But it's a physical challenge, and they aren't able to do it, so halfway through they just give up, and Izzy wins pretty easily. Ezekiel gets first, Izzy gets second, Tyler gets third, or we'll say Katie gets third, because Tyler had some wipeouts. Katie gets fourth, and it comes down to the 2 nerds, and Noah gets 5th, meaning 6th place is Harold, who's also 6th place in the competition, because he's out in the purge. The only reason I really did that, even though Harold's probably my favorite person outside of Ezekiel here, out of this group, is because he just really didn't have much place in the story, and it shakes things up. Now, the next challenge, Noah has been thinking, and we'll say he's been saying this in some confessionals ever since the merge hit. He's been getting ready to betray Izzy, because he knows that if it comes down to them in the final 2, or final 3, depending on how big this finale is. It's a final 2, but they don't know that. Depending on how many of them are, if both of them are in the final 3 or 2, Noah's cooked, because he knows it's going to be some big, grand physical challenge, most likely. So Noah's cooked against Izzy, who's also probably smarter than him, because she's not crazy in this either. Although it's not like a huge thing of her not being crazy, it's just she's not like batshit insane, but she's still really smart on top of being pretty crazy. Because she keeps up her crazy attitude to everyone, even Noah, but Noah can see through it, but she never drops it. So Izzy thinks, okay, well, the next 2 boots are just Tyler and Ezekiel, and if immunity hits, then we just get out Katie. So the episode is, I said that it wasn't going to be, the challenges weren't going to matter that much, but we'll say there's like this AI that's related to the challenge. It's like an AI robot, and they have to, the robot is like trying to capture them. That's kind of like the one from Action, but that doesn't matter. So it can also mimic voices to lure, and that's how it ends up luring out Ezekiel with its voice, and it captures Ezekiel, making Ezekiel not get it. And it lures out Katie with Trent's voice, and Katie gets out. And we'll just say that Izzy was like, well, I had a good date with the last robot monster that I tried to date. Because we'll say it's like that suit from Action. Actually, yeah, that makes it better. It's that suit from Action, but it fell in a bunch of toxic waste because it was in storage, and the storage building sunk into toxic waste. And then now it's alive, because, I mean, this season's crazy enough as it is. We can add this. Or already crazy, rather. So Izzy tries to take it on a date, and gets captured in the process, because that was just... Actually, now that I think about it, Chef was controlling that. That's really weird now that I think about it, but whatever. So Noah wins immunity, and then after being safe and secure, because we'll just say Tyler gets screwed over as well. After being safe and secure, he goes into where the robot is, and he hacks it because he knows how it can mimic voices, and he's also a nerd. So he hacks it to because it mimics any voice it hears, and it obviously hurt everybody. So he finds clips of him of the robot and Izzy trying to take the robot on a date, and he uses that voice, and he gets a voice recording on his phone because they're allowed to have phones in this season. Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. And Noah gets a voice recording of what it sounds like Izzy just absolutely shit-talking Katie, Ezekiel, and Tyler, but especially Katie and especially Noah. Like, he throws some clips about Noah, too, just to make himself not look bad. So, but especially Katie. So, while he's safe, he reveals it to Katie, Ezekiel, and Tyler, and while in front of Izzy, and Izzy's super angry with him at first, but after getting voted out, because yeah, she's 5th place and not the main villain of this season, like she was in All Stars. Noah, she tells Noah eventually, after she sucks it up a little bit, that it was well played, and she hopes he wins. So, episode 11, we have. Sorry, let me look at something real quick. We have, yeah, okay. So, sorry, I made the school thing, or I made the elimination order and some of the lore on my school computer. So I have that open to my right on my bed, and I'm looking at it to make sure I don't do anything wrong. But for this, we have Noah win immunity again, or actually no, we'll say Katie wins immunity. It doesn't really matter as long as it's one of them. So we'll say Katie wins immunity, and Noah is able to get Katie, who's still on their group, because she's just kind of been going with the flow on who she's aligned with, because it was Trent, it was Sadie and Trent, then it was Justin, then it was freaking Izzy, and then Noah. So it was like all over the place, and kind of Eva too, all over the place. Well, she sticks with them, and they both vote Ezekiel, and the two of them vote Noah. And Noah's like, well, we have to do Ezekiel, because even though they're both retarded, Ezekiel needs to be the one that's gone, because he's such a big physical threat. So if he makes the final challenge, anyone else there outside maybe Tyler is absolutely cooked. So he's like, all right, I'm probably gonna get out because of this, but we have to do it. So he gets into a tiebreaker with Ezekiel, and it's revealed to be a math quiz. Is that just plot armor? Yes, it's just plot armor. But at least I'm not giving plot armor to one of my favorite characters. So Ezekiel's gone, and he's at least very happy that he wasn't the first boot, and instead it was this fat ass. Alright, this should be the final time I have to reset it. This is very annoying. But our final 3 challenge is won by Tyler, because that shakes things up. And you would think, oh, he has a very bad relationship with Noah. He does not like Noah. And Katie is kind of easier to beat in the finale, although they'd probably be pretty similar since it would be a physical challenge. But he decides to vote out Katie because, similar to the finale of Revenge of the Island, the final 3 episodes, he wants to crush Noah himself. Not in as much of an antagonistic way, but he wants to avenge his girlfriend and his buddy Zeke and everybody else that Noah and his group has manipulated. So he votes off Katie, who he has no real connection to be honest, but she has tried to vote him out, his friends out before, and partly got Ezekiel voted out. So he votes out her, and then it comes down to a one-on-one. And just like last time, not only do we have that final 3, but our final 2 is a jock and a nerd. Except this time, even cooler than the original final 2, the jock is the good guy and the nerd is the bad guy. So, of course, by good guy, bad guy lore, the good guy always has to win. But if you look at World Tour, that's not always true, so Tyler loses. Yeah, we're gonna have Iron Noah instead of Iron Cam. And for me, I think it'd be great for Noah to actually win this season. And then he comes into Redonkulous Race being a lot more hated than he initially is. And that would make his relationship with Emma even better. But, of course, since this is replacing Revenge of the Island in this universe, it can have alternate winners. But I'm keeping Noah up there. I also just like Noah a little bit more than Tyler. But yeah, and then for helpers, because there's always got to be helpers, Noah obviously gets Izzy and Eva, while Tyler gets Ezekiel and Lindsay. Oh my goodness, Lindsay. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed. I think this season was really well put together. I think because I put a lot of time on it yesterday and today. I think I like the elimination order a lot. Of course, there are definitely missed opportunities that a lot of people would hate on if this were real, like Lindsay, DJ, especially DJ, and then Lashana getting so little screen time or lore importance, especially DJ, or freaking, I don't know. That's basically it. But I think like the way I handled pretty much everything past merge was pretty much perfect. And then the pre-merge drama with like the Idol and Eva, Trent with the whole Sadie thing that came to bite him in the ass very quickly. I think all that worked pretty well. And I think it's kind of funny that Lashana finally gets voted out, which was the original plan from episode 2, all the way right before the merge hits. Would have been funny if she won, but just didn't fit. But I really liked this. I think it turned out really well. And I'll see y'all in the next one.